Hello, it's a new day, a new post, and kind of a new channel. I've posted a couple of short films on this before, but nothing of this kind. So this is a new adventure too. This is the Sims 4. This is actually my first ever speed build. Yeah, like I said, it's Sims 4. Uh, I have been playing it since the original The Sims, but I've never recorded gameplay or a build before, so this is exciting. This is also my first edit of this kind of thing, and my very first voiceover of anything. So, you know, cut me some slack if it sucks. So here I'm just doing the exterior of the build. Um, yeah, so I skipped ahead a little bit. With the roof was like I tried different ways of doing it. It wasn't working, so I just did it like that. Did the rest of it, went back to the roof, and you'll see the when I actually do the roof for real when I fix it. Um, but for now, we just skipped that little part because that was unnecessary. So yeah, I decided to do this build and channel because I like watching Sims build, Sims gameplay. So I thought, why shouldn't I do it? I already play, so I might as well show you guys what I play. It's not like I'm looking to get anywhere with it. I enjoy editing. It's for the fun of it, really, isn't it? That's why everybody does it. Yeah, here I was just trying to figure out how the wall should go, but then I decided to go with that. I think I change it. I'm not sure. We'll see as we go, but I don't think I keep it like that. So yeah, for this I wanted to do a modern style, as you can see with the pretty plain fence wall and the roof and the black door with the glass in it. Um, I want yeah. So for the interior part, I decided on the storyline for the family or the people that Sims were going to live in this house. I decided it was going to be a single dad with a son who, as a child, not a toddler, not a teenager yet, he's a child, but as you'll see, the room is quite it caters for child or teenager. So I thought, well, they moved into this house. He's got it done so that the son enjoys it until he moves out. Basically, he doesn't have to redo it or anything. Yeah, here I was gonna do the like a little seating area out the back, but I decided that it should be round the side. So I'm just trying to figure out what I was doing with that. Also, I wanted to bring this whole side out more, but it just wasn't working with that. Yeah, see, because it was only one square across, I couldn't get those to fit, so I just left it the way it was. So I actually follow this really cool page on Facebook, and I saw a picture for a house pretty much like this. You didn't get the interior, but you got exterior pictures. So I used that as my first build because I thought, well, it's quite simple, it's modern. I was desperate to do a modern build because I've just done one that isn't quite my taste. And I think the modern ones are, I want to say easier. Yeah, I would say they're easier because I prefer them. Here, I tried the smaller fence, but I didn't like it the same. I liked the taller wall. Anyway, yeah. So I found the this house on that Facebook page. I used that to do the exterior of the house. Yeah, I didn't know where to put the stairs in because at this point I still hadn't decided to put the back round the side, if that makes sense. So I couldn't really work out where the stairs went, but I will change it soon. Don't know what's happening right now. Yeah, this is when I realised to put it on the side instead of the back because wasn't working out the back with the shape of the house. I didn't like it. Yeah, it took a little bit of figuring out this one. Simple builds are always the hardest. See, I even changed this little bit right here. Bring that out a little bit more. So that bit there is going to hold a little seating area with a little roof and barbecue. Just that's the side door there. I wasn't sure about putting that in, but I thought, well, you know what? It's something to add to the outside. It doesn't really affect the inside anyway. I do put a glass door there so that it's basically a window. So that's where the stairs do go eventually, I think. Yeah, we just skipped that part because that was a whole lot of working out, and there we are. So just a little square on this side here instead of round the back. I just put the wall right along the edge of the foundation instead. So now I'll just put some windows in. I love these windows. I'm only using base game and Parenthood at the moment. For the longest time I only had base game, so thankfully I was given Parenthood. I was gifted that at Christmas by a friend. I would love to get every single pack out, but for now it's just base game and Parenthood. And I know that quite a lot of people look for like builds and gameplay with less packs in them because obviously everybody can't get them all. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing that I'm doing it with just moving all that back in. I don't think it's a bad thing I'm doing it with just one extra pack in the gameplay base game as well. So I put these windows in because they're smaller so that I could put things in without like sometimes I'll try and make it more private so that if it's realistic, like other people can't see in the house. So I've put the smaller windows in up the back there, and then here. Originally, I actually think I was going to do a bathroom in there, and that's why I did the small windows high up. I do move them down pretty soon. Yeah, there we go. Just because they don't need to be that high, but I ended up not putting the bathroom in there anyway. Around the front there, I was working out, not working out, but I was trying to decide on whether or not to put a window in and get like a blacked out window because it was supposed to be a garage door, but instead I just used wood panels because the window wasn't really working, especially with the size of it as well. So I wanted to do this little bit at the front brick. So I'm just deciding what brick to use. Then I'll use wood paneling and just like a plain kind of wallpaper for the other parts. Just getting the foundation now. I wasn't sure if I wanted one with an edge on it, but I quite like just a flat edge, or the flat foundation. I thought that worked well with the modern build better than we're back to the roof. Some people can get so creative with the roof, and I think it's awesome. I just wanted to do a simple roof, and it was so difficult. I think once you get used to how the roof works and things, I don't do a lot of cool roofs, as you can see. It works out eventually though. I don't remember how. We'll see. Yeah, there we go. That works, doesn't it? It's a bit high on the back for what I was aiming for, but it's the only way I could get it to work. Yeah, so we're just picking out the wood panels now. I wasn't sure if I should go for that side paneling, but I preferred when it was going vertical rather than horizontal, so I went for this wood instead. Yeah, here there was a little on the picture it was kind of raised out and it was white. It's like a big white panel on the wall. Obviously you can't do that, but I just decided to do a wee white section, pure white, and then the rest of it was kind of that grey creamy pearl tone. I don't really know what that kind of tone is. And then there we've just got the wood to represent what could have been the garage door in real life. So yeah, we're just filling out these little fence bits now. I'm just raising some grass up just to merge those two bushes together so there's not a big line in the centre. To do that, I'm just using the 9 key on my keyboard. I think you already have to do the move objects cheat, so I think I've done that first. I've never really done a little pathway like this before, so that was quite fun to paint the terrain in this way. Because usually it's quite simple on the outside. This is simple, but I mean simple as in I don't do a lot of work on the terrain, but yeah, I like this. I was trying to put a fence in here and then take away the foundation, but because the foundation was raised, it didn't work. As you can see, didn't like it. It basically looks like that, so yeah, I just did an angled fence instead. I actually really like the original terrain paint when you get on the lot rather than doing grass yourself and it all comes out in one. Some people are really good at terrain painting where they can get the boldness of it and it looks really natural. We're just doing stone right round the house just to make it look a little nicer, cleaner, more modern and I was going to say industrial, but it's not industrial. It's just less green and outdoorsy. I tried white just to brighten it up a little bit, but I just didn't like it. Because it is more of a masculine modern, I like to go with the black. Yeah, here we're just going to fill out these little sections as well, just the same as last time. Overlap the bushes and then put little flowers on top of them. I just scaled them down using the shift and the open and close square bracket key, so it's open for reducing the size and it's shift close square bracket key to make them bigger. Previously you could only make them bigger, but thankfully we have that now and we can make it smaller than their original size and it fits better just like this. I love those coloured flowers. Put a couple of sunflowers in. I don't use them a lot. I'm thinking about rebuilding my last build. It was pretty big though, but I'm thinking about posting that because it's quite different to this. It's more traditional style, and I think it's quite easy to go one way or the other in The Sims because of the objects, especially in base game. It's either traditional or it's quite modern and plain and clean cut. Just adding a little chimney detail here, just to give it a little something. I didn't know where to put it though. We do put it round about there eventually, just I think we scale it down actually. No, we don't. Yeah, we do. I wanted to know what it looked like from the front as well. I mean, there isn't even a fire. Oh wait, there is a fireplace in the building. Well, the chimney doesn't work to where that is. I thought I would bring the house back and the pathway forward just for a driveway. You know, it was pretty short if I wanted it to be a driveway, even though we don't have cars in The Sims. I did scale up a toy car. And because I moved a lot, all the flowers snapped back to the ground, so I had to raise them up, place them back. Which doesn't take long. It's pretty easy, as you can see. Just a 9 key, place them, done. I did spend quite a lot of time on the exterior, didn't I? Brought the grid back. It's just, I mean, it looks so much better without the grid, but it's so much easier to do terrain paint with the grid. How this is when we're looking for the cars, and I had no idea where they were. There we go. So we're jumping to the inside now. We're just separating off the areas. So we decided pretty much immediately this was going to be the 2 bedrooms. I thought it was going to be the bathroom, but I was like, it's too big of a space to waste on the bathroom. So I actually just decided to put the bathroom in the centre of the house. It's convenient, isn't it? And it's close to the bedrooms. I wanted it to be closer to the bedrooms than all the way over there. Just getting some light up in here. I like those counters. They're really modern, but they cannot, because of the wood, they've got a warm tone as well, which is nice. I don't know why I had to use the move objects cheat for this. I should have just snapped in place, I think, but oh well. I do actually extend this island and take it from the circle and pull it out so that we've got 2 in the middle there. I didn't really know where I wanted the cooker either. I liked it up the back, but then I was like, nah. I didn't want it beside the sink, so there we go. Hi, Bean. Little Bindi just came in to say hello, say hi. So yeah, I didn't want them to be low on utensils, or not utensils, but devices or whatever. This guy is single dad, but he's not hard for cash. I've never actually used that cookie factory or whatever that thing is beside the dishwashers. I really want to use that one day. I've never put it in a build. I've never had a sim use it. Maybe we could build an open kitchen or something so people can come and practice making their food and they can bring their kids and they can play with that. I loved the little cookers in The Sims 2. That was great. I really like this fruit bowl. Like the fruit bowl, the little bread bin in the dish rack. I love them. Thank you, Parenthood. Yeah, I don't like how when you put things in the angles, it sits right forward like the coffee machine there. There's a hood that I really like, but I don't know what pack it's from. So hopefully I'll get that at some point as well. But in the meantime, I just have to make do. It's weird how they don't have kitchen cabinets, as in the high cabinets matching those lower units there. I would have liked that. So yeah, I just used the next best modern. And I know that these ones have floor units to go with it, but I really like those wooden ones. I wasn't really sure where to start and end it because I didn't want it going round the corner and all the way around. So I think I just put it here. I actually raised them up so that they were in line with the ceiling. But when I was doing the screenshots, I saw that they actually cut into the ceiling, so I did lower them back down to where they snap originally. I wanted to put those units there just to cover the hood. That's their main purpose. I like this kitchen. It's roomy. I did try and use this as a breakfast bar, but because it is only 4 sections that make it up, it was only 4 stools. and I don't know, they felt a bit weirdly spaced. So I think I just take them away altogether. Oh, I wasn't actually sure about doing the voiceover, but since it's my first video, oh, some wine. I don't even like wine, but I think it looks good. Since this is my first video, I thought I should give it a go, see how it goes. I don't always have to do it anyway, right? I mean, this is for my own sake. I'm not pleasing anyone by making these videos. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. I love putting all the accessories and clutter in the kitchen. It just makes it feel so much more used. I love those Parenthood lights, but they just didn't work. And I wanted to make that bigger, but it hit the surface of the island, so that didn't work either. I like those lights though. They're very industrial, kind of simple. Yeah. And I like putting these lights behind the units as well. It just brightens everything up without visible lights, which is good. I like to be able to see everything. I like those end pieces of the units as well. I actually put it in here and then ended up taking that away again, putting a regular unit in. It's so difficult to try and place something when it keeps snapping to the other counter, but you want it in between the two. Oh. And then you forget, because it snaps, you forget where it was you were going to put it in the first place. It's a bit of a guessing game. There we go. Yeah, then I realised I forgot a fridge, and that's why I had to change those end units again. I was like, my kitchen's looking pretty good, I'm happy with this. And then I realised there was no fridge. And since we don't have laundry day stuff pack, it's not like we could have even done a wee side utility build room and put the fridge in there. Unfortunately. I look forward to the day I get laundry day stuff pack. I wanted to put the dining room table beside the kitchen, but I didn't like how close it was to the front door. So we moved that back. I also thought putting those chairs in because they're wooden and they're orange, so they kind of match the kitchen. Yeah, as you can see, just wasn't feeling the placement of this. Anyway, moving on to the dad's bedroom, or whoever you want to put in this house. For me, this was the single dad's room. I like those rolly blinds because they're quite modern. It's not something I would have, but I feel like they went well with the build because he's pretty simple. His room's very simple. His house isn't over the top decor or anything. I just scale up his clock here. I deleted the light and then realised I probably shouldn't have until I was ready to replace it. But I just didn't like the fact that it was there and I knew I wasn't going to use that one. So we're putting in some lights now, which is good. That's the ones I was looking for. I quite like them. I love that mirror from Parenthood. This was actually inspired by a hotel room that I have seen recently. The mirror on the side of the bed. It wasn't on both sides and the bed was like butted against the wall, but I thought it was actually really nice and it's simple and modern again. So I thought the dad would like that. If I was to do gameplay for these two, I would make the dad either a spy or a criminal. And then, as you can see by when I do the boys' room, he's into space, but I don't know how much that could be explored. Haha, get it? Space explored. Lol, that was really bad. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the same bed as the dad, as if, the dad had done it and he was just like, I'll just get the same as me. But then I thought he was probably more considerate of the son. I think the son's quite artistic as well as intelligent. I mean, I think you have to be intelligent to be artistic, really. So I thought he goes for colour, clutter. He just really expresses himself in his room, decor wise, and studies. I mean, this room could easily be a female's. It's weird how that desk doesn't go all the way back to the back of the square. I actually picked the shelves with ends on them, I think. Oh, did I? I'm not sure. If I did, though, they go into the wall anyway, so that was pointless. I really like that stacked shelf thing. I've never really done that before. I've never had the single desk before either. If I wanted to do that, I would just use a square dining table. I love having a single square desk. And then when we get laundry day stuff pack, we can actually have laundry and not just a decor object. We can have real usable laundry baskets. I love all these little school bags and books and everything. It just makes it seem more realistic. I really like that mess, but it didn't quite feel suited to him. I don't think he's that messy. Yes, we have some sports stuff there. Space isn't the only thing he thinks about. I really wanted to use these shirts somewhere, and I do eventually. We have a space project there. That was only because of the room it takes up. I thought, well, we can start with that, and then we can get other ones as he progresses through school. I didn't actually know where I was putting the door yet, if I was putting it in that back corner, the single square, or if I was putting it facing the bed kind of thing. I really like these orange curtains. I was thinking about trying to do a blind behind the curtains so that the curtains are more for show, but it wasn't working and I don't think it would have looked as good either. He has some privacy anyway with the flowers. I like how his room looks out onto the street with the flowers and everything. I feel like he'd appreciate that a lot more than the dad would if that was his room. As you can see, I'm still trying to find a reason to use the jar lights. I love that little robot lamp. So you can tell from this room that this sim is not afraid of colour. We've got a bright purple bed, a bright blue chair, orange curtains, and a pink lamp. Then we're going to get the shirts out. There they are. They're floating. Here we go. I really like this room actually. I love the little magazine thing just stuffed behind the bed there beside it actually. For some reason these curtains wouldn't snap to the window. I think it's because it's two single windows rather than a double like the one on the front. So all I did was move the windows, put the curtains where I wanted them, and then put the windows back. It did need a bit of adjustment, but it was easy enough. I decided to place the bed in the centre instead of on one line or the other. I just thought it was a nicer use of the space. I love this rug. It's so vibrant. I just wanted to use everything from Parenthood because I've not actually gotten to really use that pack yet. Love those posters. There we go. Found a place. I think that's just colour rather than an image of some sort, but I really liked it. So then we're going back to the super modern, plain, monotone bathroom. And then after I done this build, I decided that I thought that I should have really done the boys' bedroom last because I love colour so much that it just made me want to put colour into the rest of the build. You'll see that with the living room. So I thought maybe he had had an influence on how the dads decorated the living room because dad's going to be at work, so he'll get to have his friends over, so um, he'll get to go into the living room a lot more than the dad will use it for anything. Still trying to use those jar lamps. I really like those lights, but they're really small and don't give up that much light. So I thought, well, I'll have to put other lights in as well, but I ended up just taking them away. Don't need them. And those lights are small and effective. There's a mirror I really like from one of the packs as well, and it's like it runs landscape and it has two little vertical lights on either side. So nice. I just scaled that right down to one square and used it as a bath mat. Then I remembered that I still had the grid on, so I took that off as well. Looks so much better without the grid. I wanted to put that laundry basket in somewhere to make it more lived in, but that didn't fit. Just raising the objects up again with the 9 key. I love how you have soap dispensers and toilet paper. It's just such fun little details. I'll, I don't know, the bathroom shelving, it just seems not very nice. It's very plastic. He has a washing basket in his room because there was a little space, and I thought, yeah, I haven't actually player tested that chair to see if it works. If it doesn't, all you have to do is move the washing basket over a bit. So I'm hoping to do builds. I'm not sure how often yet. I won't be able to do them every day, obviously. Only people who have YouTube as a career can do it every day. Um, I'm hoping maybe once or twice a month for now. And if I start really getting into it, then maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. Once I finish college for the summer, I'll have a lot more time as well. Because I won't be working as much either. Well, I might be. We don't know yet. Here I didn't really know where to put the TV and the couches. As you can see, I like the big TV. Decided to extend that wall because I thought, well, even though there's nothing behind, there's no room behind it. There's no reason I can't extend the wall. I like to I like to try new things. That's for sure. I didn't like how green that sofa was. It's just look at it. It's completely green and it just didn't feel right. I like that little red one actually. That was nice. I love these Parenthood couches. They're so colourful. The most recent build I just done, I did a big massive area just for the kids, and I used a lot of the Parenthood stuff in that. But even at that, not enough to get like that was the first time I've ever used Parenthood. This is the first time where I've incorporated it into the build. I love that. Those bright colours are just so good. I wanted to do a sofa underneath the TV because I thought, if people are just sitting around chilling, it might be quite nice, but it didn't quite work right underneath the TV. That's a bit weird. I love these square top coffee tables from Parenthood. They're so good, but it was just taking up a little bit too much space for what I wanted. And that side table there is so retro, but it works with the modern style. I love it. There's not a whole lot of little decorate decorative yeah decorative pieces. Um, I guess that'll just come with getting more packed. I guess I just had a guess twice. This here reminded me of my auntie Mary. She had a hi-fi, and it had, I don't know if it had a CD player on it, but it had a record player and then something else, and then it had like the control. It was quite tall. That reminded me of that. So I want to put that in the corner as a little nod to her. I've never noticed before how that floor lamp puts like a spotlight in a certain place. It's pretty cool. Here I didn't know what ceiling lights to use. I didn't want to use the same as the kitchen because I didn't want them to be all throughout the house. But see, this light was too small, so I tried joining them up, but I just couldn't get them to fit into each other perfectly. I think I've done it before, but it just wasn't working this time. And I really like them as well because they do have that little bit of blue in the top to match the couches. I mean, I like this light we've got here, but it doesn't really. It's not a statement light, but it's not anything either. Like, I don't know, but I end up using it. It's simple, and I like it. It gives off good light. And here I was like, do you know what? We could use a little fireplace, make the place a little warmer. That's a Parenthood fireplace. I love how it's wood with the brick tiles round the actual fire. And here, I did this just because, I mean, as you can see, that's kind of it's not there's not a lot of purpose as having two archways because it kind of takes the wall away anyway. But I just wanted a little bit of like a hallway or just something to separate the house and the front door from the bedrooms. So that's why I did that, and I actually changed the right hand side arch to a single archway. I love the picture put up. It's so space like magical, sparkly. I don't know. You're probably thinking that's weird. Yeah, here I was gonna do like a little seating area just to fill the space out. A few of the villas I've had on holiday, you walk into the front door and there's the like a couple of sofas that nobody actually uses, but I don't know, it felt weird. It wasn't big enough space to do that, but the space was too big to leave. But I think I ended up leaving it anyway. I just separate the flooring on the kitchen and the dining area, and I don't know. I think it works because it is such a modern build and it's just the two of them. I think it's okay that it's got a space. Oh, I remembered the skateboards. I love those skateboards. I thought I'd put them down there. Um, just kind of like they're sitting on, it's kind of sitting on the floor on the wall rather than hung on the wall high up. Here I didn't really know what to do for the dad's room, but I wanted to do something. So I put some of his business stuff up, and so it's like a kind of an open wardrobe. I know he's got the drawer set there, but this is kind of open for his suit jackets and stuff. And that there is so that he can keep up to date with the latest goings on in the business world. I know I said that if I was playing it, he would be a spy or a criminal or something. So that could be anything to do with his work. But that's kind of all he does. He just works, and that's what he wants out of life. I wanted to do the two racks so that it filled out the same as the the top half, but because it was the same boots, it was kind of weird. Didn't really, it wasn't necessary. I wanted to put something here, just because it was a big space, so I put in some articles, again relating to the dad. And since there was only three different types, I just did that instead of stacking them two and two. I've just noticed that there isn't exactly toys for the son. So I wanted to do a modern desk here, but that one just felt a bit skinny. So this one actually matches the kitchen stuff a bit better. I was going to do like an L-shaped desk, but with the desk I was using, it wasn't working. If I had used two of the wooden ones, then that would have been fine, but with this desk, it wasn't working, so I actually ended up separating them and using the same desk, but different colour. So originally that was going to be the dad's, workspace study area, but instead I made it like a shared area. So that desk there is actually for the son. And I decided that because the desk is kind of orange, the keyboard's bright green and the chair's bright yellow, whereas the dad's is going to be more monotone because he picked his own study area. But like I said, you can see the influence that the son has had in the living area with the bright yellow and the bookshelf and the blue sofas, the yellow sofa actually as well. So he's got that little future cube thing. It's a little bit more fun, whereas the dad's got the computer and the iPad. He's all work, business, not really any play. I thought about maybe putting a piano in there as a nice entrance, but again, that was too big. I wonder what the piano would look like downsized. That would be cool. So a lot of the time, I like to do like home gyms, and I like to just put absolutely everything at the home so that they don't ever have to leave. It's like a complex rather than a house. But that's usually for when I'm playing the way I want to play. Whereas, I'm just doing a regular build here. I'm not doing it for a specific gameplay or let's play. Um, so that's what well, actually, I also did a gym build. So I think that's, I've placed that in the world, and then we can do, like I was saying earlier, we could do the kitchen thing. I might actually post. I might record that and post that. Start a little journey of the Sims builds. Still wasn't sure about the bright blue sofas because they were so colourful compared to the dining area and the kitchen, but I think it works. Here we are just making the island bigger. I do have those like the disc lights. I have them downsized above the lights in the kitchen just to make it brighter because they didn't actually make it very bright. I thought about going for a carpet that was in your face for the boys' room, but I thought, nah, the dad's probably just got flooring for the whole house, and then he's let his son do whatever he wants with the other decor rather than the floor and ceiling, no floor and walls. It'd be cool if you could change the ceiling colours. Because when you go into screenshots and it's just white, it'd be cool to do different colours with it. Or a space themed ceiling, that would be awesome. I've never actually used the metal flooring before ever, and I thought this is quite a good time to do it if it's a man that's chosen it. Quite masculine and modern. I loved that for the kitchen, but I didn't like the way it cut off there. So that's why, like I said earlier, I make that into a single archway so that the flooring works. I love that flooring, but not for this house. I used that in one of my builds of like a dream house kind of thing. Yeah, I thought the bubbly rug would be quite cool, but also having black and white means the dad's not letting go quite overboard with the colour. And I also considered changing the colour of the rug on the dining area, but I quite liked it black to so that it doesn't quite stand out from the flooring. Yeah, here I thought he would like some, or the young sim doesn't have to be a guy. I thought they would like some colourful wallpaper, but I thought, nah, the black and white parenthood one it's nice. I love that the tree one though, so I'm gonna use that just now. I didn't want to use those tiles all the way around the bathroom. I just felt like it was a bit much, so there we go. Get some of that tree stuff in and put that in the dad's room as well. That just breaks it up a little bit, and because it's the back wall, it's the first wall you see, the lights right in the middle. I thought it was quite nice. Yeah, I wanted to have something quite plain for the rest of the interior because it's not quite as personal, and the dad doesn't see it as personal because it's not where he goes, to sleep or anything. He doesn't really spend a lot of time in the rest of the house. Here I chose the concrete coloured wall because I thought, well, it's concrete, so it's still pretty modern, industrial, simple, plain, but it adds colour to the walls. I really like this orange colour, but then I came across the more brown tone just just now, right here, and I thought that works better for the back because it's darker and it's not quite as colourful. I like that little section of white, so that's why I put a column in here. I did consider putting the trimming on the inside there instead of having just a blank space, but I didn't actually like any of them, so I thought that worked just as well. Oh yeah, I really like the way this house turned out. I wasn't really sure where I was going to go with it. I just kind of went with it as I went. And there we are. We'll just put the single one in there instead. I'm just looking to see how private it was because I thought it added to the privacy, which was good. But I didn't want to do two singles, so that's why I left it that as a double. Now I'm just doing the outside seating area for the barbecue. Yeah, I wanted to make it square. I really love doing this with the fencing. And before, when I first started playing Sims 4, I'd play it on my laptop, so things like shadow like that didn't turn up the same. The lighting wasn't the same. The mirrors didn't reflect anything. They were just silver, grey, like shadows. I love playing it. I got a new desktop just to play The Sims, and it was worth it. Everything looks so much better now. You can see the shadows, you can see reflections. Everything's such high quality and detail. I love the detail. In the fireplace, looking into the study. I love how the sun hits that yellow sofa. It's a good little space, I think. We have the bathroom here. I think it's quite relaxing, but it also reflects the kind of characters that I was thinking would live here. You can tell which one's the kids' room. Here we have the hotel style, masculine, modern, clean bedroom with the little stats up there. And here we have a very playful bedroom. This would be something that I would make if I was in The Sims. If I was like a sim and I could choose my own bedroom, I would do something like this. Cause I love the monotone black and white, but at the same time I love color, so I think that's a good balance. And there's a layout of the over from top, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the build, and I look forward to making more. Bye.